Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided I wanted to do an entire makeup look using only natural sunlight. So my background's a little bit different. I kind of stacked these bins behind me. The only good window that I have that shines in sunlight this time of the day is right next to my bed. So sitting on my bed, got my cute background. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it. I'm going to be using some of my favorite products, but let's do this look in natural daylight. So first off, I'm going to prime my face with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm just going to take a little and swirl it on my foundation brush. I've been liking using my foundation brush. The light's kind of catching on my face, weird. But it's weird not having my ring light on. But I've been liking using my foundation brush to do my primer, and then going in with my foundation with it after, and it still has the primer on it, so it's really helping to like smooth and brush over all of my pores to give me like this poreless, almost like porcelain finish. Now, just to make sure that I have all of my color blended out, I'm just going to take the tiniest little dab of foundation on each of my eyes and just blend that, because I don't want to put on my foundation yet. I do want to do my eye look first, but I like having the foundation color laid down first, just on my eyelid all the way up to my brow, so I don't have any weird discoloration or anything odd going on. Very even skin tone. And then to prime my eyes, I'm just going to go over with a little bit of the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Waterproof Concealer. It's a fantastic eyeshadow primer. I love it so much. It works so good as an eyeshadow primer. I think it's a little bit too thick for my under eyes personally. I don't like a super thick concealer. If you do use it as like a regular face concealer, I would suggest, less is more with this one, because it is so thick. It can really get kind of creasy and you can kind of see it. It'll look maybe a little cakey if you use too much of it. So just be cautious with that. Now I'm going to go into the Colourpop Give It To Me Straight palette. So that's what the palette looks like. And I'm going to start out with the color TMI because it matches my pants. And I'm just going to take that on kind of like a fluffier, angled, pencil-ish type of brush. I'm just going to start on the outer edge just by pressing this kind of in the outer corner, doing it kind of like a wing liner to start with. And then I can carry the shadow outward and just kind of get it all blended. I'm going to bring that into the crease, just very lightly, not picking up a ton of product, just so that I can get it smoothed out. When you have a tackier base, it is a little bit better to tap the product on first. So if you're using like a wet concealer and you don't blend it out until it's completely dry, or you don't set it with like a white shade or a translucent powder, then it is easier to just tap on the products and it'll get them pre-blended. Don't put too much product on at one time. All right, the thing that I love about Colourpop's shimmer formula, even their dry, not their Super Shock shimmer formula, is that they still work really well even when they're dry. So I'm going to take a flat pressed brush and I'm just going to pick up some of the product, and I don't have anything else laid down. Another good trick is, if you want a shimmer that's more of a dry formula to stick really, really well and really bring out the pigment of it, if you use the NYX glitter glue as kind of like a shimmer primer, it works really well. And as you can see, I'm already going in for my third dip to get this to be really pigmented. If you use the NYX glitter glue to do that originally, it is going to give you a better payoff. So I was feeling a little bit lazy, but I ended up getting up and grabbing mine. So I want to show you guys the difference. So if you take a very small amount, I grabbed far too much here. I need to wipe this off. You don't need a lot. Like, that is still a little bit too much, but I mean, I squeezed the tube pretty hard, so a lot came out. So if you take it and spread it along where you want that shimmer shade to go, you know, be a little cautious while you're doing this, because you can even use it to cut your crease in like a lazy way where you don't have to go over it with concealer and you don't have to worry about things getting muddy and not mixing together well. But you can see the difference between both eyes. At least I can. This one is way more pigmented than this one, and this one looks a little bit darker than this one. And I'm going to go into the Ulta Beauty metallic eyeshadow, and this one is Pretty in Pink, just because I wanted to brighten up the look just a little bit. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of this metallic eyeshadow over the shimmer. And taking the same brush that I used for the shimmer, I'm just going to gently spread this out, because I really wanted that like maroon type shade, but I really want to brighten it up a little bit and have a little bit of a brighter eyelid. Now moving on to the rest of the face, I wanted to go in with a little bit of a cream contour. So I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick in the color F13. So I've been doing my cream contour before my foundation because I'm not very tan anymore. I'm using a sponge to pick up a little bit of the product and really get it blended out, because that's important. You don't want harsh lines anywhere. You want everything to look flawless and like more natural, as in like it's naturally you, if that makes sense. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. So that's like 1 1/4 pumps. I'm just going to put some all around my face and blend that out with my brush. Another good tip, if you like to overline your lips, if you put a thin layer of foundation down, you can kind of like pat it out with your sponge, so there's not like a ton of foundation on your lips here, but it helps. If you like to overline your lips, if you cover your lips with foundation, then there's no weird separation between the lining and the rest of your face and like your actual lips. It helps blend it a little bit more. So I have had this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind sitting in a drawer forever of unopened makeup that I have not used yet. And I don't understand how or why it's been sitting in the drawer for so long. This is such a good concealer. Like, it is probably one of my favorite concealers now. I definitely don't like it more than the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, but it's definitely up there in like my top 3 favorite concealers. I swear, everyone has talked about the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I bought it like a year ago, and it was never opened, and it just sat in a drawer of unopened makeup as like other products to try once I got through some more products. But I didn't realize how many concealers I had, and when I bought new concealers, like when e.l.f. came out with the Hydrating Camo Concealer, I was like, yeah, I need that. Let me try that, because I love the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the matte one. I was like, let me try the hydrating one, because, you know, your girl got dry skin. And I could not believe how amazing that was when I first tried it. I loved it. All right, so I just touched up my brows with a little bit of powder, a little bit of a deep brown bronzing powder that's a little too deep for my skin. Now, originally today I was going to go with a black lip, but I was like, do I really want to do that? I kind of still want to do it. So I might. All right. So let's finish off the eye look. I'm going to take this more concentrated fluffy brush and go back into TMI. And I'm just going to smoke out the bottom lash line and connect it to the outer corner of the shadow that I have winged out. I'm going to go into the color up front right here and just pop this right in my tear duct, inner corner, whatever the heck you want to call it, to highlight. And then I'm also going to highlight from the arch of the brow to the end of the brow, just to get a little bit of that glowy, snatched look. Eyeliner. Oddly enough, I do have a Colourpop cream gel liner in a burgundy shade. So I'm going to pop this right on my waterline. And a good trick if you want to tightline and do waterline at the same time, you can take it and close your eye and go kind of back and forth without stabbing yourself in the eye, and get both of them at the same time. So closing your eye on it and going back and forth, you do want to make sure that you don't have like a super sharp pointed tip, because you don't want to be rubbing eyeliner across your eyeball. Like, ouch. Sounds kind of painful to me. And then I'm just going to do a tiny little wing with the Essence Super Precise eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, whatever you want to call it. This is the best eyeliner ever, I swear to God. Then I have the Essence Lash Princess mascara. Just like a random thought, I found the Milk Kush mascara. I don't know why. Look at how like the light is like reflecting off of this. It's so shiny, it's metal. But I was just looking at it, and I had the mini and I loved it so much. Like, the mini was phenomenal. It would just do this magical thing to my lashes. So I decided to get the full-size one. It's clumpy and weird. So if you want to try the Milk Kush mascara, I would highly suggest getting the mini versus the big one, because I don't know why the wand is so weird on the big one compared to the mini, because the mini was amazing. It was absolutely phenomenal, and it worked so well, and my eyelashes just looked magical every time I wore it. But with the full-size one, I don't know if it's just because like the brush is bigger or something, but it does something weird and clumpy to my lashes. I don't like it. So I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in 355 Coconut. And I'm just going to use this as my bronzer. I'm going to go into the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of this on my cheeks, just because it's like a really shimmery baked blush formula. Then I'm going to go into the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in between the sheets and get a little bit more of like this deeper red, because I'm feeling like winter and not fall, mainly because right outside my window there is snow on the ground. My kids can't play on their swing set anymore. We had seriously like 2 days of fall. It's a load of crap. Now it's winter. And some people are like making jokes about how the reason why we have snow, I'm just going back over with a little bit of the Milani Baked Blush to add a little bit of luminosity to my cheeks. But yeah, I think my best friend posted on Facebook that the reason why we have snow right now is for all of the people who prematurely Christmas decorate. And they are the reason why we have snow in mid-October. So thank you to people who prematurely Christmas decorate in Minnesota. You summoned winter, and I'm not a fan. I love fall. It's my favorite time of the year, and I already think fall is too short as it is. So I think I got robbed. I don't get to enjoy any of like the basic white girl fall stuff, except for pumpkin. I hate everything pumpkin. I think pumpkin is disgusting. But that's just my personal opinion. I am an apple cider fall type of girl. So, like I said, with the overlining of the lips, I actually learned this little technique from a YouTuber. I watched a video yesterday where usually I color in all of my lips with my lip liner, but she was like doing a makeup look to look like Kim Kardashian, to make her lips look plump and juicy. Okay, so the technique. So I have outlined, slightly overlined my lips. You don't want to go too crazy with the overlining, otherwise it is so obvious that you're doing it. Then what she did was she did right down the center of both the top and the bottom, like a very like clear line. And then on the inside, she drew a couple more lines, like not going all the way out to the outer edge of her lip, but the only ones that went out to the outer edge were the center of both the top and the bottom lip. And then she just went over it with a little bit of a lighter lipstick. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Sorry it got a little random at times, but you know, it is what it is. My mind goes places and I talk out loud. Anyways, super happy with the way that the look came out, and thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know, and I can't wait to see you in my next one.